Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be making delicious chicken and dumplings. Now, this is an easier, quick version of chicken and dumplings. I actually have some pre-cooked chicken to use, so this is what I'm making today. And with the weather getting cooler, I find myself wanting to make my family comfort food. By the way, I'm going to take a quick snapshot of this for Instagram. If you guys want to follow me over on Instagram, you can check me out at Simply Mamá Cooks. You can hashtag me if you decide to make this recipe. Okay, chicken and dumplings coming right up. Okay, so I'm going to start with 2 pounds of pre-shredded chicken. Actually, I roasted a chicken and removed the meat from the bone and shredded it and saved it for later use. All right, so I'm going to be working with a large pot, and ultimately I will be changing out the pot. I think when I started this pot was too large. But anyways, let's continue. So 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter into my preheated pot. I'm going to let the butter get a head start in melting. You could wait till it completely melts, but I'm sort of in a hurry. So now I'm going to add 1 stalk of celery that I've finely chopped, half of an onion that I finely chopped, and I'm also going to add a pinch of salt and pepper just to help sweat out my vegetables. And definitely the salt in this recipe or seasoning, it's up to you. So now I'm going to add 1 medium carrot that I finely chopped as well. Now I'm just going to combine everything and sauté it until my onions and celery and carrots have softened and are translucent. Next, I'm going to add 2 cloves of finely minced garlic and 1 bay leaf. Now I'm just going to continue sautéing for about a minute. Now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour right into my sauté, and I'm just going to combine and mix this. I'm going to cook it out for about a minute. Once a light golden brown crust forms at the bottom, I'm going to add 8 cups of low-sodium store-bought chicken broth. You could use your homemade chicken broth or stock, and I'm going to use a low sodium so I can add salt to taste later, but it's definitely up to you. So it's right around this point that I realized I probably need a smaller pot. For one, it is large and I can't see in it. Okay, so I've switched out to a smaller pot and this is much better. I can see in it. You might want to work with something between 6.5 to 8 quart pot for this recipe. So now that my broth and everything is mixed together, I'm now going to add my shredded chicken, and this is close to 2 pounds of shredded chicken. You'll also want to add salt to taste at this point. And then I'm going to bring that up to a simmer for about 10 minutes, but in the meantime, I am going to work on the dough for my dumplings. I'll be using 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm going to give it a good mix, and then I'm going to use 1 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, and I'm just going to combine. I'm not going to overwork this dough. I do want it to be tender, but at the same time I want to make sure that it is combined, and it's sort of a wet, sticky dough, so you want to make sure you work with a spoon and not with your hands when you make your dumplings and place them into the pot of simmering broth. Okay, so I'm going to remove my bay leaf, and my broth and chicken have been simmering at a gentle boil for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to give it a mix, and then I'm going to start adding my dumpling dough. I'm going to use a scoop, you could use a spoon, and then I'm going to bring it to a simmer and allow it to cook and gently simmer for about 20 minutes, or until the dumplings are floating, fluffy, and ready. Now that all of my dumplings are in the pot, I'm going to bring the broth up to a rolling boil or a gentle simmer and cover it with a lid and let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once everything is cooked, I'm going to finish it with fresh or lightly dried parsley and get it Instagram ready. But definitely you'll want to serve at this point, and this is so comforting and delicious. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.